Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur struggling to get web traffic that converts into paying clients? Stop wasting time and money. Discover how to position yourself as the go-to authority in your niche or industry. Infuse your wow website with the best unmarketing strategies and drive traffic to your website that converts to leads and clients. Listen to the Unmarket Your Business podcast today and watch as your ideal clients find you with ease. Let's head into the studio now with our hostess with the mostest, Carol J. Dunlop. Hey everyone, how are you? So glad to have you back today for another episode. Now, I'm going to say this right up front. I'm not feeling well. I had some tummy issues and it's still kind of bothering me. So if I'm not my usual jumping off the walls self, just kind of bear with me. But I did want to get this episode out to you because it's really important. We started something last week with the lead magnet, and I wanted to continue it because all this is very important to you getting your first or next client, right? I don't know how far you are into the lead magnet system. I remember one of my potential clients, I don't think we've ever worked together, but she said, I'm not into that email stuff. I'm like, what? If I had a boing or something, I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not into the email stuff. Who are you selling to? How are you finding these people? And how are you continuing to sell? Who's bringing you in the money? Is somebody have a train load of clients that they're sending to you? Because that's exactly what email marketing, lead magnets, and this whole setup that I'm going to talk about, the complete lead magnet system, does for you. So it's like having a string of clients that you're just bringing them in, but you're bringing the right people who actually do want to work with you. So that's what we're talking about today, because I'm pulling back that curtain on this full lead magnet system, not just the opt-in or the freebie itself, but every single page and email that surrounds it. You'll discover how to build a landing page that actually converts. And you'll also find out my strategy about pop-ups versus full landing pages, when you need them, when you don't. And then how to turn your thank you page into a revenue opportunity. Plus, I'm going to give you some hints on your email. So we got a lot going on here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. First up, did you know that there were only three spots left in the Perfectly Positioned to Soar book? Wow, I remember when I first started talking about it, and it was just an idea. And then the first time I put out something, I got 2 people, and then more and more and more. So there's only 3 spots left. So if you are thinking, wow, I could be an author. Not only I could be an author, but I can be a best-selling author by fall. A best-selling author by this fall. You can do that. And increase your authority, increase your brand reach, increase the people that you know, because you're going to know some other best-selling authors. It's always good to be in a group of people who want the same thing, right? So what I decided to do is tomorrow, because I'm getting ready to close this thing down. Remember last week I said I didn't know exactly how much time, blah, blah. Well, I know now. I'm doing a interest meeting tomorrow, and you can sign up for it. It's absolutely free. You're just going to get all your questions answered. That's all. That's all. Just your questions answered. You can go to unmarketyourbusiness.com/soar. Go ahead and sign up, attend, find out the information that you probably need, want, whatever. And then I'm going to give it until Monday. Monday, I don't even know the date. Probably the 18th. I think that's the date. I'm just real quickly, I'm looking at today is the 13th. Today is the 13th. Wow. At least it's not Friday. But anyway, I'm going to give it to the 13th to get all my people together, and it's going to cut off. If I don't have 9, well, then I just don't have 9, because I already have 6 plus me. That's 7. So, hey, I'm good. Whatever God blesses me with, I am ready to do it. It's time for tech time. The technology I'm talking about today. Wait, hold up. Don't say, oh my God, Carol, you covering that thing again? But it is Elementor. And yes, I'm covering it again because Elementor is that super awesome. In particular, what I'm talking about today are the pop-ups that Elementor has. Did you know that Elementor had pop-ups? And I think, I'm not sure, but I think you could probably access them on the free account. But on the paid account, definitely that's what it's all about. They're easy to use, they're customizable, and you can tell them to show when you want. They can show on every page, they can show on just one page, they can show every time somebody turns around, which I don't recommend that. Just once on the home page is usually good enough. But where they do come in handy is if you're doing a blog or basically blogs. I can't think of anything else unless it's a regular page that you want to totally emphasize something. You can do a pop-up there with your value add lead magnet download, right? Because we're going to have more than one lead magnet because we are multifaceted. We don't just operate with one lead magnet, one idea, or one thing in place. Although I do want you to do that, calm it down, get it to 111. But you can do that with multiple lead magnets. It can still do the 111 system. You can still come up with the same stuff because you got a lot of content. And let's say you're over 50, and whether or not you've been in business for a while, you know a lot of stuff. So if you know a lot of stuff, you want to share it. And if you want to share it, you want to get paid for it, right? So I'm telling you how you can do that. So go get Elementor, check it out, see if the pop-ups are available or not. And the reason that I say or not, I don't know, because your business requires money, attention, time, and resources. And you don't want to be fooling around with something that's free. You want to pay for it so you can have a voice when the thing don't work, especially, or comes to improvements or the newest downloads or whatever. Nothing chaps my worse than to have something, a company let me download or whatever, and I can't access all the features that I want. Sometimes it causes me to go ahead and buy the thing, and at other times I'm like, nah, it's not really worth it. I don't want to do it. But with Elementor, it is definitely worth it for you to get the paid thing, the paid upgrade, the pro version. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of what it was, the pro version, because you're going to need it for your business. All the stuff that you're going to be able to do, it's going to be amazing. Okay, so go and do that. And don't leave, because we're about to get into exactly why you showed up today. And that is what happens before and after the download, your complete lead magnet system for turning subscribers into paying clients. Yes, that's a lot, but we're a lot and we need a lot. So, hey, stay right there. I'll be back in just a minute. What's holding you back from hitting go on your marketing plan? Fear, being unsure, imposter syndrome, frustration? That stops now. What if I showed you how to reach your target audience and get them to buy? How to make social media marketing easy? How to understand the power of email marketing? And how to conquer your fear of putting yourself out there? What if I provided you with simple tools and techniques, easy to implement training that bring you clarity, and give you the expertise and the know-how to convert marketing into money? Hey there, I'm Carol J. Dunlop, the online wild strategist and 6-time best-selling author. I teach purpose-driven entrepreneurs just like you to convert marketing into money. If you're a purpose-driven entrepreneur who's ready to stop allowing fear and frustration to keep you stuck and instead embrace clarity, authority, and expert instruction to convert your marketing strategies into money in the bank, then you need to join the Unmarketing Academy. In the Academy, you'll take a deep dive into the tools, techniques, and trainings that helped me and my husband to sustain our successful business in spite of the 2008 recession, 2 major health crises, and of course, the pandemic. The Academy is about replacing expensive, frustrating, and overwhelming marketing practices with simple, easy to implement marketing resources that get you in front of your target audience and get you paid. This Academy is for purpose-driven entrepreneurs who crave simple marketing strategies, coaches who need real-life trainings to take the overwhelm out of marketing, small business owners who are ready to conquer their fear of putting themselves out there, service providers who want to use social media and email marketing effectively, action takers who are ready to go live without fear. Market business successfully takes work and marketing. Without marketing, they don't know you exist. If you're ready to convert your marketing into money, you need to join the Unmarketing Academy. Join the Unmarketing Academy today by going to unmarketyourbusiness.com/
joy.
You ready? You ready to get into this? I am ready. Let me throw this out to you first. Your lead magnet is only as strong as the system around it. You're going to need to hear that again. Your lead magnet is only as strong as the system around it. I know you went into a lot of information that we got last week with the episode last week about creating your lead magnet, which ones work and all that. You spent all that time, put all that wonderfulness into it. And then your delivery mechanism is trash. Your download thing or how people get it, that's trash. And you have no follow-up system. So we ain't trying to do none of that because most coaches put all their energy into creating that freebie. Remember we were talking about it last week, right? And almost none into what happens before the download and after the download, which is kind of thinking about things. Where does this lead? What is this going to cause them to do? How can I react with this afterwards? But here's the truth. A mediocre lead magnet with a great system will outperform a brilliant freebie with no follow through every single time. Let me read that one again. A mediocre lead magnet with a great system will outperform a brilliant freebie with no follow through every single time. So today I'm walking you through the full funnel from the moment someone sees your opt-in offer to the moment they're ready to say yes to working with you. All right, we got to start at we've already talked about the free lead magnet. You already got it together. You know what? Now we got to talk about the landing page. This is where the download actually happens. The landing page, how you're promoting it. You're putting it in front of the person. Your landing page is the first conversion point in your lead magnet system. And it has only one job. There's that one job, to get the click. Get the click, meaning they see it, they love it, they click, they fill out that short little form, they download, and they start doing stuff. That's all you can control. That's all that you know. But I'm going to show you how to enhance it a little bit. Now, your lead magnet download, the landing page is not to impress people, not to explain your entire business. As a matter of fact, the only thing you want to be talking about on this landing page is that lead magnet, how awesome it is, and you just need to get this thing. So every element on that page should serve that single purpose, getting them to click. And yes, it's free. And you may say, well, I'll just throw this free thing up there because people will get it. No, they won't. Everyone's hard drive is full of trash, great stuff I'm going to get to in a couple of years, stuff I forgot about. So if you think they're just going to download your lead magnet because you say it's great, you got another thing coming. People will download stuff or buy stuff or get stuff because it's something that they need. It touches them somewhere in their heart and their soul, and they feel like they need it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make them feel like they need it. So the first thing that you need on this high converted lead magnet landing page is a headline that speaks directly to the problem. Not the download my free guide, but maybe finally a simple system for getting more website traffic without posting on social media every single day. Lead with the outcome, not the format, because they don't care what the format is. They want to know, what's this thing going to help me do? Remember, I keep saying it, WIIFM, what's in it for me? And the next thing you need a sub headline that adds context. One sentence that clarifies who this is for and what they'll be able to do after they get it. You also want to include a short benefit list, like 3 to 5 bullets, maybe. Not features of the freebie, but what they'll know, feel, or be able to do after consuming it. Those are the benefits. Features are, it's 8.5 by 11. It's easily downloadable because it's a PDF. Nobody cares about that. Remember, what is the outcome that they want? That's what they want to know about. How is this thing going to help them achieve their ultimate goal? Every bullet should connect to something they already want. Next, a simple, low friction opt-in form. First name, email. I like to do first name, last name, email required. All those 3 things are required because I want to know who they are. I don't want just your name. I want your first name, last name. I have separate fields for that. And of course, your email address. That's most important. But I also leave a non-required slot in there where they can put their phone number, because you can do a lot with phone numbers. You know, you can call them and text them. You can put them in something like Drop Cowboy. I think that's still around. And You can put all your phone numbers in there for your list and it'll send out messages. Of course, you got to pay, but it's like a few cents on the dollar for each name. It's really good. I've used it a couple times. I haven't used it recently, but it's real good. But you still want to keep it simple. Name, first name, last name, email address, and the phone number not required, because people get ticked at you if you try to make them required that they put their phone number in there. Because if they do it because they want to, fine, good. The only other thing that I will add to a lead magnet form, you don't have to do this. This is done in Active Campaign. I'm thinking that it can be done in any of the others, but I don't know because I don't use them. And that is a way for you to get their permission for you to text them. Now, I have that on all my forms, and it will say something like, are you okay with receiving occasional texts? And if they say yes, fine. If they say no, fine. And I don't text people a lot anyway, but it's always good to have those alternate means of communication with them. But that's all I'll do. I don't need their address. I don't need the name of their firstborn child. I don't need none of that stuff. But I do, the things that I ask for help me to get in contact with them when I really need to, or I want to run something past them. You just never know. You need that stuff. Most importantly, you need a clear call to action button. Don't just put submit. Use action language like send me the guide. Yes, I want this, or get instant access. To tell you the truth, get instant access is kind of played out, but you can put it there, and I do use it sometimes. But I like to use yes, I want this, because they're watching that thing and it says yes, and it's making them click, yes, I do want that. So it's all psychological, and you got to play the game like they're playing the game. And don't act like you're, I don't do that. Business is not a game. It is a game. It really is. Because for you to get in front of people, get them to know you, like you, trust you enough to even go to your landing page, look at your lead map, and then think, then they're downloading it. That's some know, like, trust factor stuff working on. And plus they're interested in whatever it is that you're doing. So you can't let them down. Trust element, another trust element that you may want to put on there is a one-line privacy statement. I respect your inbox, no spam ever. That's really simple, straight to the point. You can put a headshot if you want, or a brief line about who you are and why you created this resource. But I would say, I respect your inbox, no spam ever. People like that. And then live up to it. Do not spam them. Do not sell the list or anything. Keep that list to you, and only you're connecting to them. Now, what you're going to leave off of this landing page, and any landing page that's trying to sell something, even if it's free, no navigation menu, the navigation that says home, that doesn't go there. No footer stuff, that doesn't go there. Long paragraph about your backstory, nobody cares about that anywhere. And multiple calls to action. You only need one call to action. Remember, what is the main thing we're trying to get them to do? Click. So you're not telling about, in a couple of weeks, I'm bringing this other program out, or blah, 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 blah. You don't want them to think about anything else, especially if you can really talk too much. Even on a landing page, you can talk too much. It drones on and on and on. And you're going to make people think, oh, is there some fee involved with this thing? They said it was free. The moment they start thinking that is the moment that you just lost them. You lost trust. You lost I don't know. Then they'll bounce off. So no extra stuff. And let's kind of talk about a pop-up versus a full landing page, and how to choose the right one for whatever you're doing. This is one of the questions I get a lot. And the answer is really more simple than you think. It depends on where your visitor already is and how much convincing they need. So this is when you're going to use a full landing page. Number one, if you're driving cold traffic, someone coming from social media ad, a podcast mention, or a referral link who has never met you before or encountered you, they need more context and a dedicated experience with no distractions. That's when the landing page is going to help them. Number two, your lead magnet requires explanation. If what you're giving away is a challenge, a mini course, a webinar, or anything that isn't obvious in a headline, a full page gives you room to sell the value. That's what you're doing, selling the value. Maybe you're running paid ads. Ad platforms reward landing pages with a single focus goal, and you want complete control over what someone sees after clicking your ad. And finally, you're pitching the lead magnet as a standalone offer. If this freebie has its own URL you're sharing everywhere, it needs a real home for a landing page. So those are the 4 instances in which you would need to use a landing page. It's cold traffic that you're addressing. Your lead magnet needs more explanation than a headline can give it. Maybe you're running some paid ads, or you're pitching a lead magnet as a standalone offer. Now, when to use a pop-up. And everybody knows what pop-ups are, and everybody hates pop-ups. I hate pop-ups, oh my God. But they are very good at what they're supposed to do, getting you to click and download whatever it is or go to whatever the pop-up says. So this is the right choice when your visitor is already on your blog, like I said before, or your website or another page. They found you organically. They're reading your content. They're already warm. It's not just bam, hey, I just met you. They found out a little bit about you. A well-timed pop-up meets them in the middle of that experience without making them leave the page. Second one, your lead magnet is a natural extension of the content they are reading, especially in our blog posts. Because if someone is reading your blog post about website traffic and a pop-up offers your free guide on getting more traffic, that's not an interruption. That's a gift. And they're like, well, yeah, I want that. I want more. And that's also called a value add too. Third thing, you want to add value without creating a whole new page. Pop-ups are faster to build, easier to test, and perfect for blog posts that need an opt-in without a full production build out. And finally, you're using Elementor. That's why I was talking about Elementor and the pop-ups, because their pop-up builder inside Elementor makes this whole thing really straightforward. They have examples you can use. You can just tweak a little bit and get going. And guess what I have for you at the end of this? I'll tell you how you can download a template for either a pop-up or a landing page. You could use it right away. You can put it in Elementor if you have it, or if you just have WordPress, you can use it there. It's ready to go. Now, there's one rule that applies to both landing page and pop-up. Whether you use a full page or a pop-up, the message has to match. If your blog post is about pricing your coaching services and your pop-up is about website design, it'll get ignored. Relevance is everything. It's everything in the search engine world. It's everything in our world. And we're trying to figure out what's going on with our business, our life. What do we need? What one more piece of a download thing do we need to get or not need to get? The opt-in offer should feel like the obvious next step from whatever brought them there. Let's move on to the thank you page. This is the most underused revenue opportunity. And let me tell you why. Because you get this lead magnet, they're like, oh, yes, this is for me. Oh, my God, I'm clicking it. Bang. And I want to get this. Well, what happens between the time that they click to get the thing and then they actually get it? Basically, there's another page that's going to come up that says, your download or whatever you just got is speeding its way to your email inbox. But before you go, you might want to check this out. That is a perfect thank you page that is also an upsell or has a tripwire infused into that. Excuse me. And let me tell you why that's important. Because if you just let them download that thing, you don't give them anything else, any other opportunity to pay you, to open up their virtual wallet, bring out some money, credit card or whatever, you could lose them. And you may not. I mean, look at it, like 50% of the people, sometimes less, maybe 30. I'll say 30 to 50%. 30 to 50% of the people are going to click on that thing that you're trying to sell them. And as long as the message matches what they're trying to do, they're going to buy it. If not, and they like it, they may still go away and you can give them other opportunities to get it. Most coaches send people to generic, thanks, check your inbox, and call it done. This is one of the biggest missed opportunities in your entire funnel. The thank you page is prime real estate. Remember that? Prime real estate. It's not just something off to the side. It is prime real estate, just about as important as your homepage. And here's why. The person who just opted in is at peak interest. They just said yes. They are more likely to take another action in this moment than at any other moment in your relationship. And you're sending them to a dead end. You're not sending them nothing. They're just sitting there looking at their email, waiting for your download to come, which isn't true. They're not sitting at their email waiting for your download. Some people may, but most people are doing other stuff. They don't even remember. So already you're forgotten. So here's some pointers about your thank you page and what its responsibility is. First of all, it needs to confirm delivery. Yes, tell them to check their inbox, but do it in one sentence, not a paragraph. All you got to do is say, hey, thanks for requesting whatever this is. It is speeding to your email inbox right now. And then introduce yourself with a little more depth than you've done before. Like this is the first time they've crossed the threshold into your world. A short video, maybe 60 to 90 seconds, or a warm paragraph that goes just a bit deeper than your landing page helps them feel like they made a great decision. And that's what you want them to do. You want them to be pumped up about it. oh yes, I hit that button. And now I got this page with this person saying, thank you so much for doing this. I got a little video or a paragraph. Wow, this is going to help you. Oh, that's so nice, right? Thank you for taking the time to do that. That's what they're thinking. Finally, you can introduce a tripwire offer here on that thank you page. This is where your low ticket paid offer lives, and it has to be perfectly aligned with what they just opted in for. So they just downloaded a freebie that's going to give them one quick win. I personally do not put like podcast episodes, blog posts, and things like that, because I want the people who download this freebie to get the freebie and to look at buying something else. Now, you may be different and you can experiment with this. Maybe you want to put like the blog post or a short video or series or something on one lead magnet, and on another, you want to put a paid product or tripwire. But I always include that tripwire because I want them to get into my ecosystem. You know, you can't help people if they don't work with you, if they don't hire you. You may have all the great heart in the world, you know what you're doing and all that stuff, but until they pay you, you cannot help them. I mean, the free stuff is going to help them, but you know, us as marketers, we have the free stuff. It's only going to give them limited knowledge or limited excellability kind of stuff. To get the real thing, to get the real stuff that they want, to get that deep dive, they have to work with you. So if you're giving away all this free stuff, but you're not asking them to pay anything yet, you are losing out on opportunity to make money. And I don't want that to happen, right? Now let's make sure your tripwire is priced and positioned correctly. A tripwire is a low-priced, high-value offer presented immediately after the opt, before the relationship has cooled, because remember, they're excited, they're getting this thing they just wanted. And while their trust in you is at its highest. Done right, it converts a free subscriber into a paying customer in the same session. Isn't it awesome? Somebody came up to your site, maybe they didn't even know you, or maybe they heard you speak on a summit or a podcast, or they saw social media posts they liked, they came there, they downloaded that free thing that's going to help them with that one thing that they need. And then they saw this next thing, like, oh, I need to get that. And it's, excuse me, it's very affordable to them. So this is what makes a strong tripwire. It's a logical next step. They got the freebie. The next step is for them to do what this tripwire delivers. It has to feel like the natural continuation, not a random upsell. If I'm talking about website traffic strategies, right? And I have this free download for you, which I actually do have a free download for you for website traffic strategies. None of my podcast guests went through that whole thing and told me how they get traffic to their website. And I did this whole long, there's like 10 or 12 sections in there. There's nine speakers, so they each have their own thing that they're talking about, right? What could I offer them afterwards? As you know, you're already getting this. I'm telling you about getting this traffic. I'm telling you how other people did it. You can cut and paste what they did. So my next thing is for them to get into the academy, because the academy takes them through all the stuff that they need to do, right? But the academy is $97 a month. So what can I do in the meantime to help them get this strategy thing going? I could offer them something that's between $7 and $47. And usually the sweet spot is 17 to 27. So what can I take out of the academy to offer them to pay for this? That's going to help them feel like, oh my God, I need the academy more, because it's going to teach me how to make these strategies work even better than I ever knew. So that's what we're talking about. The price has to be low enough that the decision is easy, but not so low that it signals low quality. It's priced for impulse buying. They just got the lead magnet. They're hyped on you. They're like, oh, there's this new thing. It's on $7, $17, whatever. Yes, I want that. I want that. Now, your tripwire must deliver a fast and specific win. Just like the lead magnet in the beginning, this is another win. So if they get this, and they got two wins, one they paid for and one that was for free, but they don't even care because they're winning. They got two wins already. What? Now, it's not a comprehensive course. It's not a full coaching program. One problem, one solution, results that they can see quickly. So my interim thing, my tripwire thing could be, if they want to get more traffic to their website and I want to lead them to the Unmarketing Academy, what can I give them? I could give them a template for a page on their site, like the about page template, the services page template, or even the homepage template. That will help them get more traffic to their website because of how I'm going to tell them to lay it out. And then if they want to do more, they can always come into the academy. And see, it makes it easier, just streamlining that whole thing. And the final thing I want to tell you about the tripwire is it removes a specific objection. Think about what question they're going to have after they consume your freebie. Is your freebie, you got to know what they're talking about. What is it going to tell them to do? What is the next logical step that they need to take? Your tripwire is going to answer that question at a price that's easy to say yes to. Now, here's some things that you need to avoid with tripwire pricing. Don't price it under $7. It signals that the value isn't real and it barely covers processing fees. Don't price it over $97. At that price point, people need more time, more trust, more social proof before they buy. Save your higher ticket offers for after they've experienced your work. Remember, we're going to stay within that like $17 to $27 thing. If it's a $7 thing, it's going to be really simple, one page, but it's going to really help them. And don't discount it into the ground. If you launched it at $47 and nobody bought, the price probably isn't the problem. Look at the messaging and the alignment with the tripwire thing first. Here's an alignment check you can do. Before you finalize your thank you page, ask yourself, does the freebie lead naturally into this offer? Does the offer lead naturally into my signature program or coaching? If the answer to both is yes, your funnel has integrity, and integrity converts. Let's move on to the next point, and that is the opt-in is not the goal, the conversion is. Once someone is on your list, and that I'm talking about converting from free-flying internet person who doesn't know anything about you to now they're on your list and they're getting your emails. The work of your welcome sequence begins. Getting the download was the first step. Now your emails have to do the work of building trust, demonstrating your expertise, and making a clear invitation to go deeper. Now, here's why so many email lists go cold. There's no follow-up plan in place. Many coaches build a beautiful lead magnet and they have no idea what to send next, so they send nothing. Too much information too fast. Dumping everything you know into the first email overwhelms new subscribers instead of building curiosity. And generic messaging. If your emails don't speak directly to the problem that made them download your freebie, you lose that connection immediately. Now, here's what your email welcome sequence needs to do. A welcome sequence isn't just a polite, hello, how are you? Thanks for being a part of this. Or it isn't like, hey, you downloaded this, thank you, and then you don't talk to them again. And there's more work to do. Your welcome sequence needs to be a structured relationship building tool with a clear job to do. Each email has a specific purpose, and together they create a natural path from subscriber to paying client. These are your goals for the welcome sequence. So you might want to take some notes on this. Number one, that welcome sequence confirms that they made the right choice by downloading your freebie. Remind them of the win they're about to get. Second, introduce who you are in a way that connects your story and your expertise to their specific problem. Remember, it's still what's in it for me. This is the beginning stage. I don't know if I like you that much. What are you doing? What are you talking about? This is it. Demonstrate your approach so they understand what makes working with you different from anything else they've tried. Build trust before the ask. Build trust before the ask. Don't pitch on day one. Earn the right to make an offer. And finally, make a clear, confident invitation to take the next step, a discovery call, a low ticket offer, or your signature program, if that fits. You have to fit in, it's a lot of thinking going into this thing. We were thinking a lot last week when we were talking about the lead magnet and stuff. Now we're thinking a lot now. We have to think about the person. What are they thinking? What are they going through? What do they want to know? And what do they want to know that's going to help them continue to get wins out of the freebie they downloaded, the tripwire, and any other things that you build up. So how many emails should you have and what to say in each one of them? Usually 5. Sometimes I do 7. And it could even be 10 or 12, like my traffic strategies for entrepreneurs, website traffic strategies for entrepreneurs. That has like 10 emails in it because there were 9 people involved and I had to have an intro and an outro, section. So it depends on what it is, but about 5 is good. So email number 1, deliver and delight. Send this immediately after the opt-in. Deliver what you promised. Remind them why it matters. Give them one quick win they can act on right away. If they didn't grab your tripwire on the thank you page, you can mention it briefly here, but keep the focus on delivering value. Second email, your story, the real story. This is where you connect. Share a piece of your journey that mirrors where they are right now. Not a highlight reel, but a real moment that shows you understand their struggle because you've lived it or worked through it with clients just like them. Third email, what's possible? You see how we're building this story arc? First one, you got to deliver that thing. Hey, this is it. Thank you for downloading. And remember, when you use this, you're going to get blah, blah, blah. The second email, your story. They got to connect with you. I mean, they already kind of know, like, and trust you because they downloaded this free thing and they may have gotten the paid thing, but now you want to bring them in a little bit more into your world. And now you're with email 3, you're like, what's possible? Paint the picture of what transformation looks like on the other side. Use a client example, a case study, or a specific result you've helped someone achieve. Make it concrete, not vague, because people want to know, how many downloads, how much money did they make, how long did it take them? They want to know different things, and it's not always about making the money, especially like in the faith-driven community. A lot of people in that the faith-based community are not like, well, they say they're not like, I'm going to get all this money. I want to make $1 million. They're like, that's not going to get them. Impact is going to get them. What impact are they making on people's lives? So you got to know your people, know what they want. Sometimes it is money. And I'm not saying the faith-based crowd doesn't want money, because I'm faith-based that sometimes when I want money, I get my hair done, all that stuff. All right, next email, how you can help them. This is the bridge. You got them hooked on this story. You're building this art. Now, this is a bridge that you offer them that's going to take them from where they are now to where they want to be. So that's this email. This is where you connect your expertise to their problem and introduce what working with you looks like. Not a hard sell, just a clear, confident explanation of your coaching and who it's designed for. Your coaching, your products, your services, whatever it is. And based on what the lead magnet is, you know exactly why they wanted to download this thing, so you can address this pretty easily. And then number 5, the invitation. Now you make the ask. Invite them to book a discovery call, explore your program, or take whatever the next logical step is. Keep the focus on them and the result they want, not on features and deliverables. Got that? It's not that hard, especially when you start doing it. You'll know. And also, you can use my favorite AI, Claude. All right, here are some common welcome sequence mistakes that coaches make. Waiting too long to send the first email. That first email should be immediate. If they don't hear from you within minutes of opting in, you're already lost momentum, because they're like, am I going to get my thing? Case in point, last week, there was this lady that had some kind of spring fling or something. And one of my clients, what they did was they said, be sure to get this spring fling. I hadn't heard of it before, and that was the last day, all this stuff on the last day. And they were saying, I put this planner in there, and I wanted the planner. And I was like, oh, it's in a bundle thing? Let me go there. I went there. First of all, that landing page was confusing as anything. I didn't know, do I download this? How do I get in the fling or what, right? I knew I just wanted to get me to the things that I want, because this is the last day. And you had already said several times, even on the page, it's the last day, blah, blah, blah. So I joined, I got the invoice that was 0. And then I got another email that didn't have flip to do with the spring fling. Just tell me all about who they were and all that. But I don't really care. Right now, I want my thing. Never got it. Then I think later that day I emailed and I was like, I never did get my download. How do I access the files? And then they came back with, what files you talking about? I was like, oh, shit, it's too much. And finally, they told me what I needed to do, but I still didn't understand it. It was still not clear. And guess what? I never got entered into that thing. I mean, beautiful page, confusing. System wasn't working, confusing. And what does a confused mind do? Nothing but leave. And that's what I did. So I know I missed out on some great stuff, but I can also contact my clients and say, hey, that free planner, can I get that from you? Or it was a membership planner. I thought it was really cool. She may or may not, I don't know. But I'm just telling you, don't let the stuff be confusing. Don't let it be confusing. Another mistake is skipping the relationship building emails and going straight to the pitch. Trust is what converts, not urgency tactics. I don't care how much you say, I'm going to save off of this thing, or you better get in there now. We're not going to blah, 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 whatever you're saying. If I'm not in the mood, or if I'm not sold that this is for me, I ain't doing it. So you're just wasting your time. I don't care about it. This thing stops tomorrow. So what? Let it stop. I don't care. Next is writing emails that sound like a newsletter. Your welcome sequence should feel like a personal conversation, not a broadcast. So you really got to put some thought into it. And then finally, no clear call to action in each email, not just number 5, but in each email, I want a call to action to do something. Now, each email does not have to tell them to buy something, but you probably got blog posts, podcasts, join your Facebook group, or maybe you have a special group or something. you got to train them on what to do. Every time they see you, you got to train them. You got to click on something. You got to do something. So here's your funnel at a glance. Excuse me. Here's how it connects when the system is working. So you have blog posts or social content they're reading or they saw, brings them to the site. They like download that lead. They see it. They download the email. They opt in. And then they're immediately taken to the thank you page with the tripwire. They get welcome email number 1 through 5. And the 5th one invites them to a discovery call. And hopefully they become a paying client. Now that was fast. That was easy. That was like, yes, it don't always work like that. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to keep it for real, 100% true. You can do all that and you can go through all that stuff and they might not buy because number 1, they're not interested in what you're doing. Number 2, they're not the right person or it's not the right time for them, right? So I'm not going to tell you, okay, do this. And then every time you put this lead magnet out there, you drive somebody to it, they're going to download stuff and you're going to have 100,000 people. Nope. Now, if it worked for me, I would tell you, yeah, I got 100,000 people, but no. And especially in this climate, no, you got to really work on this stuff, child. I'm telling you. But in the end, what I'm saying is every piece connects to the next and it's a system. Every page and email does a specific job and none of it works in isolation. They all work together, which is exactly why so many coaches struggle. They have the freebie, but not the system. And now you have both. So remember I was telling you about the landing page template and the pop-up template that is totally free to you. You can download that by going to the show notes page. And if you're on the show notes page, good for you. I'm so happy. Just scroll down and you will see in the show notes, it'll say download your free, whatever it is, the landing page template and the pop-up template. Okay, so get that done. So now you don't have to worry about either one. You got a great landing page you could use. You have a pop-up you can use. You just got to change it to your colors or whatever. You can even put it into Elementor. You can definitely use it on your WordPress site. And it'll give you a great head start in your multiple email marketing system. So download it right now and get started making your money, baby. Yes. Is your website ready for prime time? When your ideal prospects land on your website, do they see the true professional you are, or are they greeted by a site that's not quite ready for prime time? For 30 years, we've helped coaches and service providers transform their online presence into powerful client-attracting machines. As a premier website designers in the Atlanta area, we don't just build websites, we create conversion engines that work for you 24/7. Why choose CSI for your wow website? We're experts in authority marketing. We help you convert web visitors into paying clients with our proven unmarketing strategy. We offer complete protection. We'll work hard to keep your website safe from hackers and accessible to all. And we offer purpose-driven results, custom designed for coaches and service providers who want to make a real impact. If you're ready to make an impact with your website, download our free Wow Website Planner today. Inside this planner, it'll give you all the information you need to create your own Wow website. Whether you use us or someone else, you need a wow website that converts web visitors into paying clients. So go to csicorporation.com/planner right now and download the free Wow Website Planner. My client success story for this week is Teresa Daniel. Congratulations, Teresa. I first met Teresa in 2023 when I ran the bestseller lab edition for that year, and she came in as a student. And she will tell you herself that we had a rough start, but we smoothed it all out. We are going well right now. So after her book premiered, Unstoppable Leaders, which by the way, did not even have time to promote that thing. And we went to number 1. I mean, when we went to bestseller, it got bestseller before we even had the opportunity to promote it. So that I was so excited by that because it meant that people were resonating with the content already. It was amazing. And right now, she is putting together her Elevate 2026, the next chapter for women ready to rise. And you'll see it on the screen here. There is a curated leadership experience for women navigating transition, growth, wellness, leadership, purpose, and reinvention, which is her thing in motivating leaders, creating leaders. Hence the book, Unstoppable Leaders. So this happens October the 2nd through the 3rd. She says more details are coming soon. So if you want more information about Teresa Daniel, her book, and all of that, all you need to do is go to csicorporation.com, go to the store and look at the books, and her book is there. Or you can go to Amazon and get it from there. Hey there, would you like to be a guest on the Unmarket Your Business podcast? Simple. All you need to do is go to unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast. Ready for your spotlight? Be on the lookout. All you need to do is be awesome by either being a client or letting me know you used, did, or followed the advice you heard right here on a previous episode. Post it on social and be sure to tag me at CSI Corporation and use the hashtag Best Unmarketing Strategy. The challenge I have for you today is to download the landing page and pop-up templates and get your lead magnet set up, rolling, and bringing in new clients. So that's pretty simple, right? If you're on the show notes page right now, if you're not, just go over to unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast. Look for this episode, which is episode 201, and download the landing page template and the pop-up template and get to work. It's really going to help you out. Now, to recap what we've been talking about in this episode, number one, your lead magnet is only as strong as the system around it. So remember I said, kind of okay landing page, an okay lead magnet with a fantastic system around it wins every time over the most prestigious lead magnet ever with no system at all. So let's put those things together and let everything be above board, awesome, professional, looks good, gets the quick wins that you want your clients to get, so that your lead magnet is strong and the system around it is strong. Number two, the opt-in is not the goal. The conversion is. Okay, yes, we've been talking about lead magnets, and we've talked about the thank you page, the welcome sequence, and all that. But those are only the things that are going to help that person convert, right? You can do all these things. People can look at it and they're like, no, that's okay. And that's fine. We don't want them anyway, because they don't want us. They don't need us. No harm, no bad feelings or anything. We're just not the right person for them. That's okay. That's fine. Go your way. But we want the people who need us, want us, and will pay us to come in. And we want everything ready, so it's easy for them. Not like that situation that I told you. Everything is confusing. I email the person, and they know. One more thing, let me rant a little bit. And they knew that the spring fling thing was the last day. What email are you talking about? What are you talking about? I was like through. I was so through with that. And you don't want that happening. That just puts a bad taste in my mouth for anything else this person would do. Although I did love the landing page, although it was confusing. I love some of the things she had on there. I have to tweak it a little bit. And number three, always include a trip wire on your thank you upsell page. You never know when someone is ready to say yes. And why not be there? If it's you, be there so you can get that money. Yes, it's a little bit of money, $17, $27 or something, but it's more than you had before, right? And not only that, you just sold something to somebody, right? Okay. So keep those in mind. Do that, and you'll be just fine. Would you like to get free coaching from me? Simple. All you need to do is go to unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast. All right, y'all know what time it is. It's time to get this book. And what book is better than Unstoppable Leaders by Teresa Daniel? So let me tell you a little bit about her book. It is a goal-setting 90-day journal that will help you overcome obstacles and achieve your goals. Unstoppable Leaders provides the tools and inspiration you need to become the unstoppable force you were meant to be. Now, she's got a lot of practical advice, personal antidotes, and she directs you through her unique process of identifying limited beliefs, developing an unstoppable mindset geared towards growth, and cultivating resilience in the face of adversity. And she had, she had a lot of people, co-authors that came in on this. I think we had to trim it down. We expanded to, I think there were actually 11 co-authors, and we had to add one more, but I don't like to do more than 10. And I told her this because sometimes those other people don't end up with the credit. It's just how Amazon is. But we made it work. They're all best-selling authors now, so great. So you can go get that book from csicorporation.com and go to the store. The book is right there. Or you can go on Amazon and look for Unstoppable Leaders. Coming up next, the next episode is going to be what to put on your thank you page to turn a free download into your first sale. So you spend all this time, we've been talking about the thank you page, the tripwire concept, but there's a full episode living inside that one section alone. Coaches need to see the whole thank you page strategy unpacked, the exact layout, what to say in the video, how to present the tripwire without feeling salesy or icky, and how to price and position it so it converts in the same session as opt-in. You don't want to miss that because it's going to be juicy. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. And you don't want to miss out on that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your attention. Like I always say, there are a lot of things you could be doing now, and you chose to listen to my episode. I am so grateful, so happy. So thank you so much for that. And if you have found value from this episode, please share it with your peeps and let them know, because it also helps to let other people know that you like it. It's coming as a recommendation. So that tears down a little bit of that know, like, and trust. So they know, like, oh, he recommended this. That's fine. And leave a review if you feel moved to do it. And you can review this podcast on whatever podcast system you are on right now. Thank you so much for being part of this audience and for doing the things that I tell you to do. Y'all are awesome. And I will see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Unmarket Your Business podcast. Heard something you want to take action on? Great. Check out the show notes on unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Please do me a favor and leave a review or on whatever platform you use to access this podcast. It really helps us to spread the word and get this podcast in front of the entrepreneurs that need it. See you next episode.